everyone, it's Kristen from the Creative Space. Welcome to the virtual paint party. Here's my niece Elise. Say hi, Elise.
Hi.
And my sister, she's over there. They're here as moral support. Also, Carolyn is tech support over there. So leave a comment, say hi. If you have any questions, Carolyn will see the comments and let me know. All right, so so I know it's just 3 o'clock and people are probably signing on or getting themselves organized. So I'm just gonna go over what you need to get yourself set up. All right, so first of all, we are gonna be painting this beautiful ceramic Christmas tree. And for those of you that pre-ordered, you know what a nice tree this is. So, hi Carrie, hopefully you've got yourself all set up. I know you got a big party over there. So we're gonna be painting this. It's a 13-inch ceramic tree. The tree itself is 13 inches tall, and the base adds some height to it. So it's a separate base. This is the 13-inch one. It comes with the light fixture that goes underneath, and it also comes with, thank you. It also comes with all of the lights to put in the tree plus the stars. I don't have it plugged in because I just couldn't figure that out. Oh, you're going to do it another day? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, maybe you watch and see if you have questions. I'll try to answer questions I think people will have. So I really recommend the 13-inch tree. I'm actually going to be painting the 11-inch tree, which no one so far has bought this one. So most of the people that pre-ordered and are watching are going to be painting the 13-inch tree. And honestly, this is cute. I like it. It comes with the base attached already. It does come with the light fixture, and it does come with the colored lights. This 11-inch tree is $45, and that includes shipping. But the 13-inch tree is $55, including shipping, and I think it's a much better value. So I really recommend the 13-inch tree. So for those of you watching that didn't pre-order, I will still be taking orders for the trees up until November 28th. So you still have time to order a tree and organize yourself a little paint party. All right, I'll talk about that again, but there should be a link in the comments, and if there isn't a link in the comments, Carolyn's working on that right now. If there isn't a link in the comments, I'll put a link later. It's there now, she says. Okay, to order the $55 13-inch tree. It gets sent right to your home, so you don't have to pick it up from me. But so far, the vendor has been very responsive to any issues that anyone's had. So far, I'm very happy with the vendor. Okay, so we're gonna be painting this 11-inch tree today. And so Elise and I each have an 11-inch tree. So we're still gonna be demonstrating the painting of the base in gold, even though our base is attached. The base for the 13-inch tree, like I said, is a separate base, so you would be painting that completely. And I'll talk about that as well, because I want to make sure everybody knows what to do. All right, so what do you need? You need to get you should have your paints. You should have black. We're going to be using black as an undercoating. Hi, Sandy, Megan, and Amanda. Oh, you're all there painting. Awesome. All right, let me know if you have any questions as we go, because my sister is checking the comments so that I can answer questions, because pretty soon I'm going to turn the camera down a little bit. Okay, so you should have black. You should have some white. You don't need as much white as I have in this tube. This is just a white paint that I've had, so I didn't buy more white. But you should have black and white, and you should have gold for your base, some kind of gold, and you should have at least 3 kinds of green. And I had done a little video earlier just kind of talking about paint, and honestly, people were asking me like, what color should I get? what brand. Really, it almost doesn't matter. You just need to have 3 values of green and a metallic green if you want that. We're going to be layering all these colors. So I have 2 kinds of metallics. The last time I painted it, I used this metallic. It's a folk art Christmas green metallic. I liked that one a lot. I think I'm going to try out this one today. It's a deco art festive green. It's a little more muted, but it is pretty. I've been using this one on my truck and tree welcome signs, and that's been going really well. So, okay. So we're going to get started, and you need a couple of, I would recommend having a couple of plates available. These are my palettes, my really fancy paint palettes. Only because the black's going to get this one all messy, and then you're going to want a clean one for the greens. I'm going to go slow, so if you have to still get stuff, it's completely fine. So some plates for paint palettes, a cup of water for rinsing your brush, and lots of paper towels to clean your brush. We're not really going to clean the brush a ton because once we start using green, you will see that we're going to kind of blend as we go. But you do want to have paper towels. Your brushes, the brushes we're going to use the most is the chip brush, and this is the one that I'm going to use, but Elise is going to use this one, or maybe this one, I'm not sure. She'll decide as she goes. But really, like, this is the brush that we're going to be dabbing the paint on with, so that's why I was saying in my previous video, you don't need a really expensive brush because you're really going to be like smushing the paint on there. It's a technical term, smushing. Okay, but then when you paint the base, you are going to want a nicer brush for the base because you're going to want the paint to go on nice and smooth. So this is not a fancy brush. It's just a little nicer than the chip brush. Hi, Kelly. Oh, good. You're there. Say hi to your mom for me. This is just a smoother brush to put the gold paint on with. So really all you need is 2 brushes. I do have a smaller little brush just because I might use it or show how to use it to put on the snow, but you can still put the snow on with the chip brush. So I just didn't really want people going crazy getting supplies that they didn't need. So I tried to keep it simple. All right, so we talked about our paint palettes, paper plate. We talked about our brushes, our water cup. So we're gonna get started. Hopefully you've got yourself set up so you're nice and comfortable. Maybe you have a little Christmas cheer. My sister brought a little apple cider. I just wanted a teeny little bit. Welcome everyone who's just logging on now. Oh, sorry, that's my dog, Sarah. She'll bark every now and then. So maybe you're drinking tea, maybe you're drinking coffee, or whatever you're doing. Make yourself comfortable. This is we're having a paint party. All right, so in case you missed it, oh God, Sarah, just make her go out there.
Outside.
I'm afraid the dog's gonna knock over
there or outside?
She's fine. I'm afraid the dog's gonna knock over the camera. Okay, so in case you missed it, I am painting an 11-inch tree. Elise and I are painting the 11-inch trees. You all have the 13-inch tree, which has a separate base. So I know that you're painting your base separate. I'll talk about that. Our base is not separate, and that's one of the things I kind of like better about the 13-inch tree is it's just a little bit more of a presence to it. So if you haven't ordered the tree yet and you want the 11-inch tree, this is what it looks like. It's a nice little tree, but I think you get more for your buck for the 13-inch tree. The 11-inch tree does come with the light fixture and all the little colored lights. It gets shipped to your house. It's $45 for the shipping. But the 13-inch tree, in my mind, I'm going to order another one of these. It's a nicer tree, and it's $55, and it includes everything and the shipping. So I recommend the 13-inch tree. I know the vendor I use sells an 18-inch tree, but I'm pretty sure they're running low on that. So I'm not even going to talk about that one anymore. Okay, So regardless if you're painting the smaller tree or the bigger tree, we're going to start with an undercoat of black. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit now so you can see my tree. I kind of want to go like that. Oops. Sorry, guys, it's not a high-tech operation. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna put a base coat of black. No, I said I didn't want to call it a base coat, didn't I?
Like a primer.
A primer coat of black. But because it's a primer coat, it's really just to get rid of the white so that the green shows up nice and rich. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of water and take it and kind of like wet my black paint just to make it really thin, like that. Okay, and this is why I said you were gonna need 2 paint palettes, because this one's gonna be a mess when we're done with it. So it's really a thin black coat, and take your time. I'll try not to go fast. Take your time, but honestly, you just kind of want to dab that black on, and don't worry, you are not ruining your tree, I promise you. You do not have to coat it completely 100%. It's okay if there's white spots showing. It's going to help to make the tree look a little more varied in the green. All this black's gonna be covered over. This is just a primer. It's like, think about it when you're doing your wall or something and you put a primer down. It's so that the color shows better and richer, and that's what we want for the tree. So you're gonna see what I was telling you with the dabbing technique. Just kind of dab it on there. And I mean, you do want to cover, I shouldn't say that. You do want to get a good amount of black on there, but you're really just toning down the white is really what you're doing. So anyway, have fun doing that. Really, honestly, this is all about having a good time with each other and just enjoying the process. My sister and Elise, my niece Elise, and my mom did this with me a few weeks ago. And remember, Mom was like so stressed out.
Yeah.
Right? She was so stressed out. She was like, I'm not doing this right. What am I doing? And then after she stopped stressing out, she was like, oh, this is fun. Because you really just have to enjoy the process. That's what these kinds of projects are all about. And when you can be creative, when you're using the creative side of your brain and you really allow yourself to get there, it is relaxing. I teach high school art, and I tell that to my students all the time. Like, stop stressing about what everybody else is doing and just focus on what you're doing.
That's a problem I have too.
I think it's a problem that, a lot of people have, and I'm not going to say I don't have it either. I remember when I was in college and I was taking art classes, and I would stress out so much when the professor would come and look at what I was doing. Oh, don't look at me. I used to take my work back to my dorm room and do the work there. I'd get way much more done when I didn't think anybody was watching me. It's so true. Now, I know that you guys at home, if you pre-ordered your trees and you're painting the 13-inch tree, I know that this step is going to take you a lot longer than it's taking me, because the tree is way bigger than this tree. That's why I said that the 13-inch one is you get more bang for your buck on that one. I just think it's a better value. It's a more impressive tree. But if you only have a little space and you only want a little tree, then the 11-inch one is nice too. So we're putting our black coat on there, and I'm not going to worry that like this side got a little more black paint on it than the other side. It doesn't matter. This is really just to rough up the white so that the green doesn't look so bright. We're going to layer the greens, and we want to have a nice dark base green, and so this just kind of gets rid of the white, so that the greens will look richer when we're doing the greens. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down and I'm gonna talk about painting the base, but I promise I'll go slow because I know you guys are probably still working on that undercoat. That really did not take long at all. Remember how long it took us to put the undercoat on the 13-inch one? Yeah, you guys leave comments if you have any questions. How far along are you? Like, let me know if you're like, yeah, I definitely need more time on that undercoat. I remember when we were doing it the first time and we painted the 13-inch trees, I think it took you guys a long time to get the undercoat.
You're all at like very different paces.
Yeah,
I was like the last one. I was like, how are you guys so far ahead?
Yeah, we were all at different paces, which is also totally fine. Oh, I should talk about underneath here because I don't have to deal with that on the 11-inch one, but you guys have to deal with that on the 13-inch one. Because, and what am I talking about? On the 11-inch one, the base is connected. And so what I decided to do is when I paint the base gold, I'm actually going to paint all the way up to here gold. I decided that that's what I was going to do on this one.
They're halfway.
Halfway? Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know, Sandy. Halfway, Kelly? All right. Then I'll keep talking. How's that sound? I'm good at that. So anyway, yeah, what I decided on this one, I'm going to paint gold up to here. But for you at home, when you have to paint, you definitely have to paint the bottom of your tree. I did do some black down there too. And the black should dry pretty quick. So, oh, what I recommend after you're done painting the bottom is don't put it back on the base anymore. We're gonna paint the base separately. We're gonna paint the base gold and then that has to dry. So you'll be putting this down on the table and that is totally fine. And you'll notice, maybe you can't see it from home, I don't know, but the bottom of this tree is not as shiny as the top of this tree. I did that intentionally because later on when I polyurethaned it, I only sprayed the top of the tree and not the bottom of the tree. Actually, I kind of like it that way. I could just, now that this is all dry, I could tip it over and spray the bottom of it, which, you know, that's a choice that you can make later, but if you notice that this is shinier than that, that's why. Okay, so what else can I talk about? Oh, I know what I can talk about. I finally took down my Halloween lights. My husband will be happy. He said, you really need to take those orange lights off the porch. So I did that this morning and I put up the Christmas lights because once you put the lights up,
It's Christmas.
you can't like not have lights on your porch anymore.
Yeah.
It's so sad. So I was leaving the orange lights up as like, I was like, honey, they're Thanksgiving lights. Like,
festive.
it's festive. I can't, like, I took down the trick or treat sign, but you know, now I'm happy. I put the wreath up. We'll have to go look at it later. I put the lights up. I put the garland up. So, okay. So, all right, now I'm just going to talk a little bit about the brush because the brush has black all over it. And we are going to use this same brush for our green paint. We are not going to use this same brush for our gold paint. We're using the other brush for our gold paint. But you are going to want to wash the black off of the chip brush. So when you're done painting with your black, and maybe you're not done yet, and that's
Told them
okay.
to let us know when they're done with the black.
Yes, let us know. Thank you, Carolyn. It's nice having tech support. I don't usually have tech support when I'm doing a live video. But when you are done, you're going to wash your brush in your water, and you're going to want to dry it. That's why you need lots of paper towels. Because while we water down the black, you're not going to want to water down the green. So rinse your brush really good, and then wipe it with the paper towel and make sure that it comes off clean. If it's not 100% clean, it's okay, because you can actually make a darker green by mixing in black, which we might do later. But you do want it to be dry. It's better to be dry. It doesn't really matter if it's 100% clean. So that's pretty clean. All right, so I'll put my water aside. And I'm gonna take my very messy black and put it aside. I'm not gonna throw it away because I might use that black later if I do wanna mix in a little bit into a green to make it darker, but I am gonna get a clean plate, a nice clean plate for the gold. Now, you guys are gonna be, once you're done with the black, just put that aside for a little while, let it dry, and you're gonna move on to painting your base with your gold paint. So I have this Martha Stewart Craft Rose Gold. That's what I used here, so I guess I'll use that again because we liked that the last time. But there's lots of golds. There's lots of really pretty golds that you can get. You know, I know what the problem was the last time we did this.
Yeah, didn't it like...
It squirted out all over the place.
Yeah.
We'll just go like this. Yeah, there we go. We'll just keep it like that in case we need more. We can just share. How's that sound? Okay, so the reason why I said to get a nicer brush than the chip brush is because you want your gold paint to go on nice and smooth. And a flat brush, this is a flat brush because it's flat this way. A flat brush, you have a little bit more control over how the paint goes on smoothly than a round brush. So something like this, when you're painting a big area, this is perfect because, I mean, this is not okay. You can use this. It's just going to take you a long time. Something like this, it'll go on nice and smooth. And then once you get your paint on, you kind of want to smooth it out anyway. So I'm going to show you on mine. I did put 2 coats of paint on this, and then once it was all dry, I did spray it with polyurethane, which is why it has a little bit of a shine to it. So I definitely recommend 2 coats of paint, and I recommend painting all up here. I don't think you need to paint underneath. I really don't think that's necessary, but I definitely, you could stop here. You could, because the tree goes on there and it's not going to show, but I just think it seems a little more finished if you paint this. So your painting of the gold is going to be looking different than ours because we're painting the 11-inch tree, but it's the same thing. Ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so get some paint on your brush like this. Okay, you don't need to get paint on the whole entire brush. You really just need it about halfway up on both sides. And then just start smoothing it down. And remember that the direction of your brush strokes kind of matters. Like at first you're putting it on there and you just need to get the paint on. But then you want to make sure that your brush strokes look nice if they show. Our trees are now black and brushes washed, starting on the base. Awesome. Okay, awesome, Sandy. Thanks for letting me know. So why did I decide to put the gold all the way up like this on the 11-inch tree? Because Elise and I were trying to decide what to do and we just couldn't find an area to just stop with the gold. So I thought, well, you know what? That's going to be fine. I'll just paint all the way up to there. And then once I have this, it'll be like a little shine underneath. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the wrong decision. You guys don't have to decide that because your base is separate. So you can
You could at the end maybe add, like when you're putting the green on.
I could go down
the
a little
edge
bit
a little bit,
on the
yeah.
edge. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know if I'm going to go all the way up because I went like underneath with my black because I want to put green there.
All right. So
We're gonna see how it goes.
we got 2 different ways of doing it. We'll see how it comes out. That's good, Elise. That's good thinking. Good thinking, Elise. Give options. And actually, that's what I tell my students when I'm teaching is like we're actually painting the exact same thing, but it's going to come out different because we each have different ideas. That's why I said, your greens, don't get too caught up on having the exact same green as me. It's more important to have the 3 values of green just for the layering, but you can really do whatever. If you really like this and you're like, oh, I want to have a tree, I want to paint a purple tree, or I want to paint a aqua tree, Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you really love Halloween and you want to paint a black tree and get orange lights for Halloween or something. I know we're not thinking like that right now because we're thinking Christmas, but I'm just thinking if you really love the tree, you might get a little creative with another one. So it's just something to think about, but being creative is all about that. Everybody's got different ideas, even if we're doing the exact same thing. So just be happy with that. All right. Wow, this tree goes fast. The little one goes fast. I will give it that. But I still like the big one. I'm going to get another one.
I was really slow doing the big one.
But that's okay. We weren't on video either.
Yeah.
So,
Just let us know when you're done with the base.
yep. Thank you, Carolyn. Let us know when you're done with the base. I know your base is going to take longer than ours. So don't rush it. Take your time.
It's probably a little bit easier to paint though too.
Yeah, I think it probably is a little easier because you don't have to go around all these little nooks and crannies. And I definitely, on the base, on the other base, I went right underneath. Because I didn't want there to be a weird white line. And the paint dries pretty fast, so I think I even might have left it upside down for a little bit until that edge dried and then I put it down. But I definitely, and I even painted inside that little nook right there just because I didn't want it to look white because the cord doesn't take up the entire space. So again, that's up to you, but it's definitely a choice, but you want to know what's going to show. So I'm so happy that my sister and my niece could be here today. That wasn't really a plan, but it kind of worked out.
Good plan.
Good plan. Good plan. Yeah, and today is just a really nice day for doing this.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful day, but it's cold, which is nice. You want it to be cold when you're thinking Christmas trees. At least in New England, right? Okay, so I have like one coat of gold paint, and then I'm going to look and see what looks a little thin.
Andrea's watching with you.
Andrea's watching? Hi, Andrea. Oh my gosh, Andrea, Kelly is on right now, and Kelly is the one who you let borrow your tree. She's so happy. So when the other tree comes on Monday, we'll get it to you. So thank you so much. You're a sweetie. All right, where'd the dog go? Why is she not barking?
She's laying in her bed.
Okay, shh.
It's kind of like a baby.
I know. Don't wake the baby. Don't wake the dog. All right, so does everybody know what they're going to do with their tree when it's done? Do you already have a place picked out to put it? I'm not sure where I'm going to put my tree. I got to think about it. I also have, I also do knitting, and I'm working towards a porch sale in a couple of weeks, so my living room looks like a yarn store exploded in it, but that's okay. Once that's over, I'll clean it up, and then I can think about decorating. Right now, I don't have anywhere to put decorations because every free surface has yarn all over it.
When's your porch sale?
The porch sale is December 5th, which is a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the rain date or maybe snow date, who knows, could be the 6th. But if it snows a little bit, actually,
Kind of fun.
that'd be kind of fun. And maybe Carolyn and Elise will come. Carolyn always helps me out. My sister's the best.
Okay.
My sister is the best sister ever. Right, Andrea? Aww. All right. So, I am all done painting my gold base right now. And I'm going to let that dry while I talk to you guys a little bit more. So, I'm definitely going to wash my brush. Acrylic paint, oh, wow. Girls are putting theirs in their bedrooms. Oh, that's awesome. I always wanted a Christmas tree in my bedroom.
Oh, she puts up our fake one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, if we don't use, because we only used the fake one when we were in Tennessee for Christmas that one year.
Oh, but we never had enough room in our bedroom. We were pretty tight. But I always wanted a Christmas tree in the bedroom. Oh, I know, right? That's awesome. So the girls are putting it in the bedrooms. Not sure about yours. We're almost done with the bases. Okay, awesome. Thank you for keeping me posted. Okay, so 2 nice coats of paint, and you want to make sure that your brush strokes are like going this way when you're done. Kind of like just smooth it all out once you're done, because you do want it to look nice. All right. Oh, what I was saying about the brushes. Make sure that, like, we're not going to use this brush again, probably at all, but we might. But you don't want to leave it with all that paint on the brush, because acrylic paint will definitely ruin your brushes if you don't, if you let it dry on there. So when you're all done with your gold paint, wash your brush really, really good. I just kind of rub it along the bottom of my water cup. Just get all that paint off of there, and then clean your brush. Make sure if any more paint comes off on your paper towel, then just keep cleaning. Just keep cleaning. And then we're kind of done with that one for now. We might use this one again. You know what this one is a good one for? For you guys that are doing the 13-inch tree, is actually painting under here. Because eventually you are going to want that to look nice and smooth. So this one might be a good one for that once we get to there. All right, so when you're done with your base, put it aside and don't do anything more with it. You're kind of done with it until it's completely dry, and then you do the polyurethane. So I'm going to put my base aside for now. Well, it doesn't even matter because that one's done, but okay. So that was our gold palette. Now we can each have our own green palette. So we're going to start, all right, when we paint the tree, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. And you might find that you really like the ombre effect, which is like going from dark to light, which we kind of did. I kind of did do that. You can see it's a little darker than it is at the top. But you might want to exaggerate that a little bit more and just have it really have a lighter top and a darker base and kind of gradually get from dark to light. Or you might want to just keep that sort of subtle. But we are definitely going to start at the base, and we're going to use a darker paint at the base, and then we're going to work our way up to the top. So we're going to take our darkest color, whatever our darkest color green is. And I think the last time I did this tree, I used Deco Art Black Forest Green. And I looked and I looked and I looked for more of this color because I liked it, and I cannot find it anywhere right now. And I know craft stores are like sold out of paint. It's so crazy. But anyway, that's why I was like, any green will do. You can make a lighter green darker. I'll show you how. All right, so the Black Forest Green's a good one. Another good one is Forest Green, Craft Smart. That's a good dark one. No, not that one. Hunter Green, Anita's Hunter Green. That's a good dark one. Those are good dark ones, at least. Forest Green Deco Art. I guess we have 2 Forest Greens, but they're different brands. So choose which one you want for your darker. And to make a green even darker, just add a little tiny bit of black. I might take a little bit of black. Oh gosh, I'm using the wrong brush. Oh, dumb. What a dummy. All right, no, it's okay. I'll just stick it in there now. So I'm going to take a little bit of black and just mix it in with my Black Forest Green, and it gets even just a little bit darker. Okay, so you got your green, you got your brush. You want any black? I don't know if you do. Okay, so this is why I said don't choose your best brush for this, because we're literally going to dab the paint on there. Now, because your bases are separate, you don't have to worry, like I do, about getting green all over my gold base that I just painted. But if I do get green on it, I can always go over it. Yeah, see, I'm already getting a little bit down there. I'm gonna have to fix that up. You definitely want to get in the nooks and crannies. We are gonna go over this with another color, like not completely, but we are gonna go over this with the medium color. We're gonna go, I tried to say that too fast. We're gonna go dark to like a little bit lighter to a little bit lighter to a little bit lighter. So it's gonna be a gradual change, but so if you miss a spot is what I'm trying to say, you can get in there with your other color. But you don't want to miss a bunch of spots on purpose. What I really like about the 13-inch tree, and you know, this 11-inch one is yet to be seen because this is the first time I paint it. But what I really like about the 13-inch tree is it really does have a lot of nice texture on it. So when we're all done painting it and you polyurethane it, the texture really shows with all the shine. Don't forget to ask any questions if anybody has any questions. Okay, so we're dabbing on our darkest green right now. Whatever your darkest green is. And just remember that my tree's a lot smaller than the one that you're painting right now, so don't feel like you have to be keeping the same pace as me because I don't know how you would. This tree is a lot smaller. All right, what can we talk about? It's too quiet.
I think I'm gonna use I gotta use the flat brush to go in underneath.
Oh, you're gonna use a flat brush underneath? Well,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. I just didn't want anybody to like really feel like, oh my gosh, I'm messing up a good brush. And because you really do want to just dab this on there.
Yeah.
You don't want to see your brush strokes, but you could, like you said, Elise, you could use the flat brush to get, yeah, why don't you wipe that for me a little bit? You could use the flat brush to get underneath, because especially on the 13-inch trees at the bottom, those are big.
Yeah.
The underneaths are big. And you have to paint this part, but I would do that like towards the end. Oh, here's another thing. You guys might find that like if you stick your hand up inside the tree like this. Well, I'm just saying, like, then you're not touching anywhere. Like, you could totally stick your hand up inside the tree to move it around. But be careful when you're putting it down because it is ceramic. It will break, so you gotta be careful. I keep forgetting that. Tree is such a different experience to paint than this one. This one's just so much smaller. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so the flat brush, what Elise was saying, is the flat brush would be a good brush to paint the base, but also like if you're having trouble getting under here, you can kind of paint with the flat brush. It's a little thinner, it's a little smoother.
It's more precise.
It's more precise, yes. So that is a good one to use for underneath there. So take your time and enjoy the process.
Let us know when you're done.
And no, you don't have to let us know when you're done. Theirs is definitely going to take longer.
We just don't want to go.
I don't want to go too fast.
That's why. Only reason I'm asking.
I know. I don't want to go too fast. So, I am going to, when I start with the next green, I'm going to start by coming down into the green I've already done and then work my way up. Yeah. So when you're layering like this, like, so down here, this is pretty solid green. I do have some spots that I can get into, but I'm going to get into that with the other color. But I definitely want to put a little bit of green going up into this space where I'm going to start the medium green. Because when you're layering, you want to have, just like we have the black underneath, this is like giving us a little bit of green coming up here. And even though we're gonna be going over this with the medium green, I still want to have a bit of the dark green coming up underneath it. It helps just to vary the color. It adds depth to the surface of the color, which is nice. So I'm coming up. And this is why I said we're not going to be cleaning our green brush a lot, because it doesn't matter if I have dark green on my brush and I go into my medium green. It's just going to change the tone of the green. So I'm going to just put that aside for a quick second and take a little sip of my holiday cheer while I'm wait for you guys to paint a little bit more. And think about what color I might use next. So if I'm thinking about a medium color, I have a couple of different selections that I could use for my medium color. I have green grass or grass green by Craft Smart. I have foliage by Anita's, and they're very different. One's like a more muted green and the other one's a more true green. And then I have Hauser medium green, and that one is kind of a more muted green too. And it's a little tiny bit lighter than this foliage green. So I think I'm going to use the foliage green. Oh, you are getting up underneath that. Why don't you, can I see what you're doing there? Oh,
like
that's
that.
nice. Okay, can you show
It's
it?
not as straight as I wanted it to be, but you can do it.
But maybe you can go back in and touch up the gold.
That's what I'm thinking. I think if
Yeah.
I went in with kind of like a smaller brush,
Yeah, I
Then
think
I
so
could-
too.
make it more even.
More even. So, all right, I'm going to take a little bit of my foliage green and put it on the same plate because it doesn't matter. I'm going to be mixing the greens anyway. And just start with my medium green. So you can start with your next green anytime you want to. And I'm going to start putting that on. And I'm probably, because that's a very big difference right there, I'm probably going to go back over this with some of the darker green. Oh yeah, that's a huge difference. I might put this on and then mix the two greens I have on my plate together and go over it to sort of blend it so it has a more gradual transition. And I think I am going to get that flat brush and get underneath some of these branches. I actually bought my first Christmas present.
I bought one too.
I'm almost done.
You're almost done? Are you
Except for
serious?
Logan.
Has anybody started their Christmas shopping? I bought one thing so far.
I started very early because I just wanted to get out of like things that needed to get shipped. I wanted to give them like plenty of time to come in
Yeah,
in case there's any like delays.
that's
or
actually a
anything.
good idea.
Because there seems to be lots of delays.
I really need to do
Even
that.
on your Amazon Prime 2-day shipping, sometimes it's more than-
Sometimes, yeah. All right, so I'm coming like way down because I kind of want to lighten up that dark green. And also thinking about like layering, I want to have a little variety. And I have a few little white spots that I haven't gotten the green into yet, so I might get my smaller brush using Elisa's advice. So remember, this is something very important to remember. When you're making stuff, anything, any art project, there's always the awkward phase. It's like when you're like 11 or 12.
It's like middle school.
It's middle school. You know, when you're in middle school, you're in your awkward phase, but eventually you're gonna
Beautiful.
Snap out
blossom.
of it.
And art projects, they have an awkward phase. And it doesn't really come together till the end. Hi, Amy. Amy, our cousin, is watching.
Oh, yay. Hey,
Hey, Aim. You should totally do this with Ellie. And your
It's like the
mom.
tree Mama used to have.
Yes, it's like the tree that Meme used to have. Now, did Meme Susie have one too?
The white one. I have the white one. Mom gave it to me last
Oh, well, what happened to the one that Meme Jarvis had?
year. Do you have it, Amy?
Amy, do you have that tree?
Maybe Auntie Lou does.
Maybe. I bet you Amy has it. Amy, do you have it? Tell us the truth.
So, Auntie, you're the only one that didn't get a tree?
I know. That's all right. It's okay. It's fine.
All I want is my fair
All
share.
I want is what I...
What did you use for your medium color?
I am using... What am I using for my
Amy
medium
says she
color?
doesn't have it.
You don't have it, Amy? Where is it? It's disappeared. I'm using foliage green.
Okay.
This one is grass green. It's a little greener green, so I don't know. Like this is what it's looking like.
Which one did...
This one is this one.
Okay.
This
I
one
think
is...
we're gonna go for this one.
Okay. Gotta be different.
Does your mom have it, Amy?
Yeah, where's the tree? The case of the missing tree.
Unless my mom had both the white one and the green one.
Yeah, maybe.
Because my major vase was green, wasn't it?
I don't
At
even
least you
remember.
see
I
this
have to be
white.
honest. I don't remember.
Maybe that's why she gave you the white one, because she had another one.
You remember these things. I don't remember things. I just remember there was a tree. And we loved it.
Amy, that's funny.
What'd she say?
Maybe it went out with the clean sweep.
No, we would not have.
We would have been in real trouble.
We would not have done that. Definitely not have done
We're
that.
tough, but not that tough.
Yeah.
It's a clean sweep.
What's a clean
When
sweep?
When Mary and Pepe moved, we made them leave for the weekend, and we got a dumpster.
We threw out so much stuff. Oh, Meme was not happy with that.
Some things she probably doesn't even know, but there were some things that she knew were missing.
I know.
I wonder where. Da 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 da. As I'm like, I don't know, Johnston landfill.
Oh, so sad. Okay, so back to the tree, ladies. Back to the tree. So as you're painting, just take your time and and notice how your colors are layering. And if you're feeling like something looks too light, then go back to the dark. And if you're feeling like something looks too dark, then add a little bit of the light color on top of it. Dark green is done. What do I do next?
I'm doing right now.
Okay, Lynn. So the dark green's done. So what are you doing next? I'm taking.
What Elise is doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, can you see what Elise is
You can
doing
take
here?
it if you want.
So she took her next green color. So beautiful, Elise. She
Thank
took her
you.
next green color. Which color did you pick?
I used whatever one you used.
Foliage
I think
green?
It was that one. Yeah.
Okay. So she took her next green color, so the medium green, whatever you picked for your medium green, and now she's starting to apply it in the middle. But you want to make sure that once you apply it, you kind of carry it down a little bit. So there's a transition from dark to medium, and then we're going to do the same thing to the light. Because what you don't really want is a whole section of dark, a section of medium, and a section of light and have it look stripy. Unless that's what you want to do, then that would be different. But we're trying to create sort of a gradual gradient color. So you're going to take your next medium color and you're going to start applying it in the center there. And hers is looking a bit more of a gradual transition. And I took some of the medium color and like pulled it down into my base because I was feeling like my base was a little bit dark. But I actually think once I'm done with this and this coat dries down here, and that's the nice thing about acrylic paint is it does dry pretty fast. Once I am done, I'm gonna go back over the base with a little bit of the darker color. And the idea is to layer your colors. So you want, like, I want some of the light to show through the dark. That's why we're dabbing it so you get sort of a speckled look. And really, it honestly depends on the kind of brush that you picked. The brush, my chip brush is a really, really rough brush. So there's going to be a lot of speckles with that one. And right now I'm using the flat brush that I used for the base just to get underneath so that it's a little smoother. So what I was saying is, like, just pay attention to what it is you're getting with your colors and your brush, because everyone's is going to look different. And one of the things I tell my students about, you know, art and being an artist is you really learn to observe the difference, like the fine details of something, and then make a judgment on what you want to do. Do I like what's happening? Do I want to keep going on that? Or do I say like, oh, well, you know what? Now that I've done this, I've gotten it a little too dark down here. Let me add a little bit more of the lighter color over it. And if your underneath layer has dried, and then you go back over it with a lighter color or with a darker color, you're not going to blend right on the surface. If everything was wet and you went in with another color, it would start to blend together into a new color. But because we're using such light layers and we're dabbing, it's not going to all blend. You're going to get the nice variation of greens. So I hope that answered your question.
Amy wants to know, will this be on video, and should we do it so we can do it another day?
Yes, this will definitely be on video. Once I'm done with the demonstration, I'm going to upload it to my Facebook, so it will be there. And actually, that's kind of like the beauty of this kind of a paint party, I guess you could say. Some people pre-ordered their trees, and so they're painting along right now. But I'm going to take orders for trees up until November 28th or until the vendor tells me that they've sold out. But that way, if you wanted to rewatch it, you could do it. So, and I do believe that my IT person, Carolyn, put the link to purchase the 13-inch trees in the comments. So I was saying earlier, if anybody is listening now that wasn't listening before, the 13, I'm painting an 11-inch tree. Elise and I are painting 11-inch trees right now. And the 11-inch trees are $45, and that includes the shipping. So the base is attached, it comes with a light fixture, and it comes with a bag of all the colored lights and the star for the top. But the 13-inch tree, which is this other one over here that we painted the other day, is $55 with all of that stuff. It has a separate base, and it includes shipping. So personally, I think the $55 one is a better value. I'm going to order another one of those myself. So, but the 11-inch one is nice too. It's just it's much smaller. It's actually a lot smaller.
It's a lot more narrow.
Yeah, it's a lot more narrow. That's true. So actually, you know what these would be good for? Although it might be a little tricky if you didn't have the right. I was gonna say put it on a mantle or something, but you do need to plug it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready for your next step?
Mhm.
All right. Well, if you can move up to the lightest color anytime you're ready.
Okay.
I'm just kind of.
Are the lighter colors over there?
So this
Friend
is.
Sandy said she's done with the medium green.
You're done with the medium green? Okay, so then, actually, Elise is done with the medium green. I guess I must be doing too much talking. So then, if you're done with the medium green, then go to your lighter green. So we have something called Lily Pad by Anita's. That's the color that we have to use. So here's your lighter color, my dear.
Thank you.
So then you can start that one, and you go all the way to the top, and then just layer the colors as you see fit. I think this is when Mom started really like enjoying herself, when she started to see like, okay, the tree's not black anymore, and and now I'm seeing how the colors
Not a
layer.
Halloween tree anymore.
Yeah, we were saying earlier, we did this a few weeks ago with our mom, and she was so stressed out at first. At first she was stressed out, but
so was I a little bit.
yeah, you kind of were
No,
stressed
I
out
get
too. Yeah, you get a little stressed. Elise took it in stride.
Yeah.
But
She's an artist.
she is an artist. But what I was saying is, like, once you kind of see what's happening and you layer the colors the way that you want to layer the colors, once you start seeing what your tree is looking like, then you can choose. But the idea is you start with the darker color, you go to the medium, and then the lighter, and we are going to use that metallic. We still have the metallic layer and the snow layer. Now, I know that some of you were having trouble finding snow text. I know. Actually, Karen was having trouble finding snow techs too.
Bye, Amy.
Bye, Amy. Thanks for watching. The snow text is fun, but it's not necessary. We can make the snow look with white paint. I promise. I will show you how to make the snow look with white paint. But if you really want the snow, Sandy, you can come and borrow my snow text.
Because it's got a nice little...
It does have a little texture about it. That's the thing. The snow text, I don't really know what it is. I think it's just thick white paint with some kind of grit in it that gives it like a texture. It goes on with a texture. So that's really what snow text is. But I don't know why you can't find
If
it.
you mixed white paint and Epsom salt.
Epsom salt, maybe?
It's sparkly.
Oh, maybe.
We add it to preschool activities sometimes.
Oh, my
Make it
sister,
sparkly.
who is a preschool teacher, just had a really great idea. She said maybe if you mix white paint with Epsom salt and sort
Try
of
it on something else first.
yeah, try on something else first. But you could make your own snow text.
Just saying.
Wow, we might be onto something.
Maybe add a little bit of white glue into it too.
Just to make it
hold it.
thicker?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Because adding glue to paint is not going to hurt anything. When you do paint pouring, that has glue in it. So adding glue is not going to hurt anything. All right, so that's pretty light right now. And I'm thinking to myself, do I really want the top of my tree so light as that? Maybe the very tippy top I do. But I definitely want a more gradual transition. So I'm going to take some of this light green that is on my brush, and I'm going to come down with it just a little bit. I'm going to dab lighter with a less of a heavy hand down here, just because I don't want to cover up that medium green. But I'm coming down.
I think it's interesting how the texture of both trees is different based on the brush.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Like Elise has a different brush than me, so her texture is much different.
For when I was doing the light one,
Mm-hmm.
I had like the same problem. It looked like a little too light. It was kind of like too harsh of a
Yeah.
transition. So I mixed it a little bit with my medium color.
Oh, that's a good idea. So you kind of made a fourth color on the plate by mixing some of the light and some of the medium already on the plate. And I'm kind of taking that same idea, but I'm kind of mixing it on the tree. So, two different ways. So, you know, like we were saying, your trees are way bigger than these trees. So you are going to take a lot longer in getting all those little nooks and crannies. And don't rush it. Like, enjoy the process. It's not about going super fast. Because I definitely need to get under here. Definitely peek underneath the shapes, because you can easily miss spots if you don't peek under there.
I did that a lot when we did ours.
You missed spots?
I had to go back, yes.
Yeah.
You know, I was stressed.
Is that why you were stressed? Because you were missing?
Probably one of the many reasons.
Yeah, one of the many reasons.
No, thank you.
I'm just not artistically inclined like the two of you.
Oh, stop it.
You just think it's too like structured. That's your problem. Like you think there's only like one
One
way of
answer,
do-
right?
Yeah, one way
Yeah.
of doing things.
That's so insightful, Elise.
I do my best.
Yes, that is so true. Art's all about more than one answer.
That's why I'm not an art teacher.
It's about the journey, Mom. Not
It's
the
about the
destination.
journey. It's about the process. Right? Yay! We've got a lot of artists in the audience, actually. Amanda and Megan, Sandy's daughters, are very good artists, and so they know all about the process.
Yeah, most of the talent in our family went to these two.
Stop.
The artistic talent, anyway.
All right, I definitely missed a few spots down here, and I'm kind of like totally messing up my gold paint down the bottom. So.
I bet you're not, though, because you're not going to see it. You're going to put it down on the table and you're going to see if you really need to fix it. 'Cause
Well,
I bet
I'm
you're
going
not
to
going
touch
to
it
have
up a little bit because I don't like the way that it's speckly down there on my gold.
to. You're not even going to see it.
I'm going to do it.
But you're not going to see it.
You can't see it, but you know it's there.
I know. That's like a ghost hug. You can't see it, but you know it's there. Remember, imagine ghost hugs. Those are like a real thing now. Because you can't go around hugging people anymore.
Ear hug.
Ear hug, ghost hug.
I feel like now it's like so awkward seeing people because like you feel weird. You want to like
You want to like give them a hug, shake their hand.
You go in for it and then you remember and you're like,
Oh God, can't do that.
Like,
See,
never
like
mind.
a wedding. And you want to hug the bride.
Oh my gosh, I know, how sad.
And you can't.
You just like stand there awkwardly 3 feet apart and wave. Like, 6 feet apart, my bad.
I don't like it. I'm a hugger. I'm I'm sorry. I'm a hugger and I don't care who knows it.
What do you elf?
Yeah. I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it. Love that movie. We should watch that movie later.
There's what is it? Freeform. There's a whole list of movies that are out tonight. Home Alone's one of them.
We're not gonna be able to have our watch party for
Hello,
Christmas
Logan.
vacation.
Logan's watching. Hi, Logan.
Hi, Logan.
Thanks for joining. Oh my gosh. I hope that everybody at home who's watching, including Logan, is having a good time. We just, we just wanted it to seem like we're all one big happy party. It's one big happy party. I can't decide where I want my medium color to end and my dark color to begin. I keep changing the line, but that's okay. That's all right.
It's all about your creative genius, Chrissy.
Yep. I don't know about that, but okay. So you guys just keep working on your green, working on your transition. Get it the way you want it to look, but don't forget, we're gonna put that metallic green on there.
Do you have a smaller brush I could use
Right here.
to do the bottom?
Those? Are those good?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
Take one of those.
Hold again.
No. I'm gonna try and even out the dark green.
All right, so
So
now,
it's easier to
do
take
you
it
want to
over.
use the acrylic, I mean not the acrylic, the metallic that we used the last time, or do you want to use the new metallic?
What's the difference?
Well, the difference is, we used this one, which is a much greener one the last time, and then I bought this one. It's called Festive Green, and it's a more muted color. I'm gonna try this one.
Yeah, I'll probably try the new one too.
Okay. So everybody at home is working on the big tree, which is a lot more work than the little one that I've been working on. So if you're going slower, then that is okay, because this is a way bigger tree than the one that I've been painting. Don't forget the bottom. Just, you want to get...
Because I forgot the
Do
bottom.
not forget the bottom. You want to paint the bottom green, okay? And that might take 1 or 2 coats to paint it really nice. You want to paint the bottom green. If your tree is looking like a matte finish, like the base of this, don't forget that's because this has been polyurethaned. So that is a step that I'm actually not going to show. I'll talk about it, but you really don't want to polyurethane it until probably tomorrow anyway. It needs to be completely dry. So you're working on your green. I think I need to add a little bit more of this color at the top. It's looking like a little sparse. Okay, so once you've got your 3 greens on there, and everyone's is going to look different, and it's really a personal preference on what you want it to look like. If you want the top to be really, really a light green, or do you want it to be a little darker, and you start with a darker green and kind of work your way down. You can see, and hopefully you can see by what I've been doing, that I keep layering my 3 greens. So like up there, if I don't want that to be, oh my gosh, that's so light, I might take some of the medium green and come back up there with it and just kind of tone down that light green just by putting the medium green over it. And then down below, same thing, come down into the base with a bit of the medium green. And if I feel like, oh gosh, I just made that too light, go in with a little bit of darker green and go back over it with the darker green. And it's really a process. And then some of the black might still show. Probably it doesn't. You probably covered most of it. Oh my I'm gonna move this around.
Do you need any more holiday cheer?
No, my holiday cheer is good right now. Thank you. What was I saying? Oh, the black might show a little bit. That's okay, because it's actually gonna look just like a super dark green. So hopefully you can see that I mostly covered over. I don't have any white spots. The biggest thing is you don't want white spots. Now, it's gonna be up to you what you wanna do with the little holes where the lights go. Probably, for the most part, you've already painted them in there. But if you didn't, and you want to, you can take a smaller brush and kind of wiggle it around inside the holes so that you can get those covered up if you don't want the whites to show there. And that might just take some time. It's really up to you. But honestly, once you have the lights in there, it doesn't show. I didn't paint the holes in my other one. And when I put the lights in, it doesn't show. But some people are just really, really, really particular. And you might want to just take some time and paint the holes in. But what I recommend doing after you do that is then take your brush and go back over a little bit, just in case you have any weird green around the hole on the tree part. Just make sure you kind of hide that. So that's going to be up to you whether you want to paint those holes in or not. Okay, so now where are we at? So for those of you that are just joining, my niece Elise and I are painting the 11-inch tree. And if anybody's pre-ordered, you ordered the 13-inch tree. Nobody ordered the 11-inch tree. So I kind of wanted to show the difference. But I also want to tell you that I prefer the 13-inch tree. This is the 11-inch tree with the stand on it. This is the 13-inch tree, and then the stand comes separate. So it stands a lot, it's more impressive. It's wider, it's taller, obviously, 13 to 11.
Much more glamorous.
Much more glamorous, yeah, much more glamorous. They both come with the light fixture that goes underneath. They both come with the little colorful lights and a star for the top. The 11-inch tree is $45, and that includes shipping directly to you. And the 13-inch tree is $55, and that includes shipping directly to you. So personally, I'm ordering another 13-inch tree. I think it's just more impressive. But these are nice, and like we were saying, where they look good on, if you had two of them on either side of something, like a mantle or your table, it would look nice. But the only problem is if you want them to be lit up, you have to have them near a plug. It's not a battery-powered thing. So anyway, that's why there's two different trees here. I wanted you to see the difference.
At the beginning of the comments.
Oh yeah, if you're interested in ordering one of the 13-inch trees, there is a link in the comments, like at the beginning. Way at the beginning. I don't have a link for the 11-inch tree, but if you wanted the 11-inch tree, you could message me and I could send you the link. Okay, so let's move on to the metallic. So we're going to use Metallic Festive Green by Deco Art. Welcome to those of you that are joining right now. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. All right, I'm going to put some, here you go. All right, I'm going to take same brush. I am not washing my brush. Okay, going to get some of my metallic on my brush. And see how I kind of like get it on my brush and then like get some off my brush? You don't want it to be like really, really globbed on your brush. And then just start lightly putting it down until you get a feel for what it's going to look like. I wouldn't go crazy with your pressure until you see what you're getting. This one gives it's a more muted color than the one that we used the last time, but it really does give it a nice little, almost like a vintage sort of shine to it. Mm-hmm. You know, do you think so?
Yeah. Are you putting this all over?
I'm putting it all over, yeah. But I'm more trying to focus on the point. And it does get in other places, obviously, but like I'm probably gonna dab the most on the point and then just let it fade out from there. And every time you load up your brush with more paint, don't forget that to go with a light touch first. And then, because once you start putting the paint on, you'll be able to push down harder because will have used up some of the paint.
I copied the link again in the comments.
Oh, okay.
So it's further down.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Tech support.
I wasn't seeing everybody that you see though, because I didn't see your friend Amanda. Last one I see is Logan.
Well, maybe it's just because you're looking on your link and on your Facebook page. I don't know. I think that's the way that it is though, because I think sometimes you don't see. Oh, I don't know why that is.
Weird.
That's weird.
Maybe it's the person's settings too.
Could be. That's true. So when you're using the metallic, go as heavy-handed or as light-handed as you want it to be. This is, this is your tree. This is how you want it to look. So if you want it to be like super glitzy and shiny, then, load on the metallics. And if you just want it to be kind of subtle, you might even try, I haven't tried this yet and I've been wanting to try this. Maybe I'll do this on another one. Glitter. Oh, glitter. Like a glitter paint, like a glitter paint with like a clear base, so it's just glitter. That might look really cool. So I think, can you see how this is giving it like a really cool shine? But I'm not totally loading on the metallic. I want the other green to show through. I want the other green to show in the textured crevices. So I'm not really loading this on so that it's completely coating. And this is why I wanted to show you the layering, because it really does give it a nice, rich finish, like a nice depth to the surface of it. And it even enhances the little cracks and crevices, the grooves of the tree more. And another thing about the 13-inch tree is it's a lot more impressive. It has a lot more textured contours. So I don't know.
It has a lot more like grooves and stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. But this one's kind of growing on me. I know. I feel like I'm going to keep this one for myself and give the big one to someone else. So let me know in the comments where you're at in the project. Are you still working on the blending of the greens? Have you started on the metallic? Are you doing the metallic? Let me know where you're at. Let me know if you're having a good time.
That metallic has more gold in it.
Yeah, this one here.
And the one that we did.
It's it's like showing a
This
lot
one's
more.
called Festive Green, and it does have a lot more gold in it than the other one. The other one is really pretty. Where'd it go? This one's called Christmas Green, and it's really, really green.
Yeah, that's got a lot. Yeah, you definitely see the gold.
See the gold in it? It's pretty. I am going to fix up my base while everybody is still painting their tree, because it's bothering me. I need to touch it up. I just need to touch it up.
You should have some holiday cheer too.
Oh, and my holiday chair. Okay, where did my gold plate go? Right here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that one again. I'm going to take some of my gold. How's everybody doing? Amanda is done the metallic. How does it look, Amanda? Does it look amazing? Do you love it? Oh my gosh, I need to see pictures later. Please, please, please post your pictures and tag the creative space so I can see what you guys did. That would be so much fun for me. All right, I'm touching up my base, you guys. we are blending our greens, covering white and filling in our white holes. Metallic is next. Awesome, Kelly. Yeah, and you guys, you take your time because your tree is so much bigger than this one. But see what I gotta do down here? I'm not really loving the way that this ended. What are you gonna do to yours?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
I'm not quite satisfied with the bottom yet.
Yeah.
Not like the base part, just kind of like the bottom, like the darkest section.
Oh, okay.
With the metallic, because I feel like the metallic color is a lot lighter than
It is
the
lighter.
bottom one.
Yeah, but that looks pretty. I like how you get like little dark grooves coming up.
Yeah.
Because
You don't think it's too like harsh of a
no, I really
change?
don't. I don't think it's too harsh of a color change. Looks awesome. Yes. Good. I'm happy. I'm happy that you guys are
Check out the
happy.
comments now.
You see them now?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I connected to your Wi-Fi, maybe not.
Maybe. I don't know. Are you connected to
No,
Wi-Fi?
I am. Weird.
All right. I think I need to be patient, which is not a virtue that I have for my own self. I'm super patient when it comes to with other people, like my students and everything. I'm like super patient, but like when it comes to my own self, like I just want to be like done. But I need to let that dry a whole lot more. Actually, you know what I might do? I might take a little bit of water. Maybe some of that green will come off. Gold. I just want to cover that. No, it's not coming off. I need to wait and let it dry and then go back. That's what I need to do. So that's what I'll do. I'll just wait. Do that later. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna let you guys keep working on your blending your greens. I'm not gonna start the snow part yet. I'll paint in some of my holes. Actually, I think there might be green on this brush. Maybe that's my problem.
Pick a different brush.
I'm gonna paint some of those holes in. I'll paint some of those holes in. I'll wait on that. All right. What else, ladies? Oh, see, look how nice that looks. That looks awesome, Elise. I love it. I
Thanks.
love those little lines coming down. It looks very dramatic.
Yes.
It looks very dramatic.
Okay.
All right, so the next step, it's not going to take you very long because you don't really want to cover it in white.
Yeah. I think I got a little carried away last
You got a little carried away last time.
It turned out okay, but now
Yeah.
we know.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of white to make it look nice.
Can I have another plate?
You can share with me because we don't need a lot of white. We just said that, right?
Yep.
We don't need a lot of white. So I'm going to show with the white paint, and then snow text will be like the last thing we do. Okay, so I'm going to move these greens aside.
Did you wash this brush yet? Or no?
Well, we have to have a nice clean brush for the white.
Are
So
we going to use this brush for the white?
I am going to use. I think I am going to use that brush for the white. Yeah.
Okay.
So clean your
Do I
brush.
clean water?
Very good. You don't want. Yeah, we
Okay.
might. Can I have another paper towel? Clean your brush really good. You don't want any green on the brush that you're going to use for the snow. If you have a second brush that you can use, even better. But if you don't, just take the time to clean it well because you think it's clean, but there's quite a bit of green still on there. Clean it really, really well. Make sure there's no questions. I'm so glad you guys are painting along. I feel like you're with me. Wait, I need another paper towel. I'm using them all up.
It's okay. You can get more. You have more.
Where's my paper towels? Okay. All right. So remember, a light hand with the snow. Start off, I got my nice clean brush, my nice clean chip brush. Hi, Kristen. How are you? It's Kristen Plant.
Hey, Kristen Plant.
Okay.
Why does that sound familiar?
Oh, it's back in our St. Kevin's days. Okay, so get some white on your brush. And again, like I said with the metallic green, like get some white on your brush and then get some off your brush on your palette.
Could I use this brush for my white?
I think you could. You want something that's just not
We're
gonna,
gonna
you don't want to
find
use
out.
the smooth one. Don't use the one that you were using to paint smoothly because you want it to paint kind of rough so that you can add your snow. And see, like, don't add a ton, right? A little bit, a light touch. And try to get it, where would snow fall? It would be on the places that stick out the most. So that's where you want your snow to go. And then it can like fade away, but you want a concentration of it on the tips because that makes sense. Think about a tree that's been snowed on. It's going to be on the places that stick out the most. And try not to smudge it like I just did. Okay, you guys that have the big tree, remember you can stick your hand up the tree, then you won't smudge anything. You can stick your hand up the tree and then do your snow.
My comments are coming late.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Welcome to those of you just joining in. We're not done. We're not done, but we're getting close to the end of our virtual paint party. Some people are at home painting along because they pre-ordered the trees, but what's nice about this type of a paint party is I'm going to keep the video up. The video will just be there. And I actually will be taking tree orders through, well, at least for another week, probably for 2 weeks. Not any later than November 28th, because it really takes 10 to 14 days for the trees to come in, and you don't want to be painting Christmas trees after Christmas. You don't want that. So I'll be taking some more orders if anybody wants to kind of have their own paint party, and then you can watch the video and paint along. It'll be like I'm there with you, painting a tree, painting a nice little Christmas tree. Actually, I kind of think I'm not really loving this brush for the tree, for the snow. It's a little too spazzy. It is giving me the little snowflake look, but
It looks like a dusting.
a dusting of snow, yeah. Just a dusting. And then see what happens when the paint dries. If you want to go back in and add a little more snow in concentrated areas. And if you don't want to put the snow on, you don't have to put the snow on. If you like it just the way it is, don't put the snow on. So as I was saying, if you're just joining and you're interested in what we're doing, I'm taking orders for the 13-inch trees. Elise and I are painting an 11-inch tree right now. So what everybody else is painting along is this 13-inch tree. And both trees come with the light fixtures for underneath. Both trees come with the colorful lights that go inside to light it up with a star on top. The 11-inch tree has an attached base, so it already has the base, and the light fixture goes inside like that, and it has the little spot right there for the cord to go through. And the 13-inch tree has a detached base. The 11-inch tree is $45, and that includes shipping directly to your house. And the 13-inch tree is $55, and that includes shipping directly to your house. So I recommend the 13-inch tree. I think it's more for your money, and I think it's a more impressive presentation. But it also depends on what you're looking for. So if you're interested in ordering a tree, you can click the link that's in the comments. I think it's in the comments twice now. Or you can message me and I can send you the link, the PayPal link. All right, so I'm going to actually show the Snow-Tex because I don't want to do too much because I actually want to touch up a little bit of my green somewhere. So I'm actually going to go back afterwards. So make sure that you are leaving any comments if you have any questions about what we're doing so far. Hi, Karen. How are you? Did you, oh, you're going to watch the whole video later? Oh, awesome. Okay. You'll have to let me know how it comes out.
Hi, Karen.
Carolyn says hello. Okay, Snow-Tex. What am I doing? I'm not even telling you about Snow-Tex. So Snow-Tex apparently is in hot demand because people can't find the Snow-Tex. This is Snow-Tex. It's a teeny weeny little jar. It was $4.99. I got it at Hobby Lobby, but apparently Hobby Lobby doesn't have any more. We're trying to figure out what it is and how you can make your own homemade Snow-Tex. Carolyn had a really good idea to take white paint and mix it with a little bit of glue to make it thicker and Epsom salt. Because basically what it is paint with a grit in it. So when you use it, a little bit goes a long way. Like this is a really big jar. It's not a big jar, but it's a big jar for what it is. It's going to last a long time. You take some on your finger and you just kind of dab it on. Oops, it's a little too much. I'm going to dab it off. And it gives a little bit of texture to the snow. But really, you can do this with your paint. So,
if you try the Epsom salt, make sure to try it on something else first because I've never done it.
Oh yeah, Carolyn's disclaimer.
I will not be liable.
Carolyn's disclaimer: if you try the Epsom salt, try it on something else first because she's never done it.
Just a thought.
It's just something to think about. Yeah, and I kind of want to fix down
Do you
here.
want some of that stuff?
Yeah.
So if you have Snow-Tex, then this is how you use it. Just sort of dab it on. And if you don't have Snow-Tex, then don't fret about it. Just use white paint and it'll give you the same,
It's gonna get all
same
in there.
kind of look. Okay? So I'm actually not going to finish my Snow-Tex because I do want to go back and touch up a part of my tree in a little bit. So I'm not going to finish my Snow-Tex. But I do want to talk about what to do when you're all done. Okay, so when you're done, good idea, Carolyn, says Karen.
One priest will teach you to another.
Yes, definitely let us know how this goes later, Karen. I want to see your tree. So everybody's been painting along with us or going to paint later. Make sure that you post some pictures and tag the creative space. I want to see your trees. Okay, so when you are finished with your tree, first thing is let it dry completely. So I would recommend not doing this next step until tomorrow. Honestly, be patient and do it tomorrow. I forgot, where did I put my polyurethane?
Right there on the table.
Oh, my table is covered in yarn? Yes, that's the one.
Exactly right.
Okay, this.
Cheryl John was watching. Hi, Cheryl.
Oh, hi, Cheryl. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. Fast drying polyurethane spray is what I used. So I definitely liked this, so I can recommend this. The Minwax Fast Drying Polyurethane Spray Clear Gloss. That is the one that I would use, again, because I liked how it came out the first time. I do think you could use any other brand of fast drying polyurethane. Make sure it's clear gloss. You could probably also use Mod Podge, which you'd have to brush on, or Triple Thick, which is a brush on. I think Triple Thick also has a spray too. With the brush on, you would want to make sure that when you're brushing it on, it's not going to look clear at first. So you want to make sure that you brush it on nice and like a thin coat of it and let it dry. And then you might have to go over it a second time. I know when we sprayed these, we had to spray them twice, I think. I think we sprayed them twice.
I think we sprayed yours twice because it was here, but I think mine at least was sprayed once.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fine.
So what I did when I sprayed the tree, because you're like, okay, how do I spray a tree? and get it underneath the boughs. So I brought it outside. You got to use a ventilated area. I took a cardboard box and opened it up flat, and I put it on the box and spray the base separately. And I just kind of went around it and sprayed the heck out of it. And I definitely did do 2 coats of spray on mine. And then the base, same thing, 2 coats of spray. I didn't spray underneath. I just sprayed it like this. And then let it dry a long time. Do not put them together until you are 100% sure that everything's dry and doesn't feel sticky. If it feels sticky, it's not dry yet. So don't be tempted to put it together so you can see what it looks like, because you might ruin the finish of one or the other or both, because they'll stick together. So be patient, and then when it's all done, it's gonna look beautiful. So I was having trouble finding that too. I know, Sandy, I know. Karen was having trouble finding that snow text too.
I just Googled it on Amazon. There's one thing left, but it's not cheap. And really,
You can do.
if you can use Epsom salt.
Maybe the Epsom salt thing will work. I don't really know.
If somebody tries it, let us know if it works.
Yeah, let us know if you try the Epsom salt trick. Carolyn wants to know now. So, oh, look how beautiful that looks, Elise. See, she's just painting along. I'm just blabbering away. I need to go back and touch up my tree. That looks so beautiful, Elise.
Thank you.
Look how your fingernails match, too. Did you paint your fingernails green just for today?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, everybody. Well, I want to say, let me just put this up here. I want to say thank you so much for joining. I know, sorry. Wow, that is a yellow light. Thank you so much for joining. You had trouble finding the fast-drying polyurethane? Oh, wow.
Try Lowe's.
And maybe
Lowe's,
Home
Home Depot, Walmart?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
feel
know.
like they might have
S&T Hardware, Sandy. Try S&T Hardware. I'll ask Sam. My son Sam works there. Okay, so any polyurethane, really. Any polyurethane will do. I think fast drying is probably the best, but triple thick is a craft spray that is the same sort of a thing. Triple thick. Mod Podge, I think, has a spray too.
I don't know. I've only used Mod Podge.
Yeah.
Like bluish stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, you definitely want to spray it for it to have a nice finished look to it. So thank you for joining. What else? I guess that's it. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Enjoy your new Christmas trees. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so glad you guys had fun. Yes. All right. Definitely check those out. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully. Bye.